I chose to write this statement because I want justice to be served more than anything. The only time that the defendant has appeared in court in person was on June 3rd for his arraignment, which was before the media found out about this case. He has appeared in court today over Zoom instead of appearing in person. This doesn't surprise me and shows what a coward he is. But I am not a coward, and that is why I'm going to reveal all of the details of the crimes that he committed against me. The only other time that the defendant sexually assaulted me was in October of 2017. It happened in Illinois in the middle of the night. He digitally penetrated me in the back seat of my aunt's car while she was driving him to a friend's house. Another instance of creepy behavior happened when I was spending time with him at the age of 14. He told me that he couldn't believe how much I'd grown since he last saw me. He said that I wasn't little anymore, and I was, quote, a woman now. Not too long after that, his messages to me became blatantly sexual. This eventually led to many months of inappropriate messages and photos being exchanged over Instagram and Snapchat. The photos exchanged included photos of my body and photos of his body and his genitals. In the beginning, I was excited. I thought that he really liked me, and I thought that I meant something to him. But that didn't last. He made me cry. If I didn't give him what he wanted, he was spiteful. It made me feel guilty. He made me feel disgusting and absolutely awful about myself. At that point, it was clear that he was the one who was in control. A tremendous amount of stress and shame, crimes that he committed against me in Cleveland. I want to make something very clear. The reason that these particular incidents did not result any further than oral sex was because the defendant knew that I was menstruating at the time. Had I not been menstruating then, he would have raped me. Don't look at me like that. Because he would tell me how badly he wanted to penetrate me vaginally, but used much more vulgar language. I felt so miserable, broken, and humiliated. I was struggling to sleep every night. The sexual messages continued for a while after that, until I eventually put a stop to them. I did that by confronting him about what he had done to me. His crimes are not heartbreaking or whatever other loose term he uses. They are disgusting. He didn't care then, and he doesn't care now. That makes me feel worthless.
All right, that was a victim impact statement from yesterday, the sentencing of Drake Bell, star of Nickelodeon's Drake and Josh. And she's describing sexual assaults, but that's not what he was charged with. He took a deal for disseminating material and attempted child endangerment, got straight up probation. So the question I posed on social media, why do you think prosecutors didn't pursue those allegations that she's making that are much more serious? 13th juror comment of the day from Amber Judd tonight. I think they didn't pursue it because after two oral accounts backstage, she went to his hotel room to say goodbye. And why in the world would her aunt trust anyone she didn't know alone with her niece? Ann Bremner, your thoughts on why none of these charges were pursued?
Well, Amber has some good points, but I mean, obviously they know this information and they chose not to charge it. So they've had problems, credibility issues, or they didn't know this information and she just decided to say it in her victim impact statement in sentencing. I mean, she could do that. She could say, this is the impact. It's been far greater than what he's charged with. But either way, it's not going to happen. And that, to me, is very curious because, like you said, Vinny, these are serious sexual assault allegations, potentially rape allegations, and ones that clearly would not result in probation.
Tracy, tonight, just watching his reaction, there are a couple of times he actually subtly nods his head yes to some of her accusations. Makes you go, I've watched too much Dr. Phil. Michael Sterling, former prosecutor, what do you think was going on here? Because according to the defense, all this stuff was investigated, and according to the defense, it didn't add up.
Yeah, look, Vinny, I agree with a lot of what Ann said. When I was a prosecutor, you could only try cases based on facts and evidence, right? So if you're saying that he sent you these private messages, you're saying that he sent you all of this information, you're saying he said these things, the question is, can we produce these private messages? Can we demonstrate that he sent you, vulgar text? Can we somehow corroborate what you're saying with actual physical forensic evidence? And if prosecutors could not do that, then they probably felt like they didn't have enough evidence to go forward.
Sherry, tonight, obviously there isn't enough evidence for the state to pursue any further charges. It comes down to he said, she said. Al Wunsch, and again, we got to throw this in there. I mean, the guy's a celebrity. Does that play into the equation here? I can't imagine in 2021 that a prosecutor would give a break to a celebrity in a case like this.
Well, I think the celebrity thing is what's giving her the opportunity to get up there and to make this soliloquy, which obviously the prosecutor's office had been aware of this. They certainly would have investigated it. They didn't investigate it. The period of time between we appeared in court in June and now we're in July and this thing has all been wrapped up, demonstrates to me that they didn't think they had a great case. I mean, by way of confession, I've always been on Team Josh anyway. Okay. But this situation, as far as I'm concerned, is that you're looking at a civil suit that is down the line because there were comments that he was not allowed to make by his attorney because of the fact that there's a civil suit pending. And what easier way to take a hit and, or take a swing at him than do this where she can get this kind of publicity, put that out there, and now in the civil court, it's preponderance of the evidence and not beyond a reasonable doubt.
We'll see. Al Wunsch, Michael Sterling, and Bremner. Great to see you all tonight. Thanks so much for your help. We'll see
Thanks,
you soon.
Vinny. We appreciate you.